Good morning, everybody. It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. This morning we are in this 1965 Ford Mustang Coupe. It is a very nicely restored 65 Mustang. It's got a 302 and an automatic behind it. Warm up just a little bit before we go get on it. So again, we have a 1965 Ford Mustang Coupe. Originally this was a T-code 6-cylinder car, but when they restored it, they went back with a 302, runs extremely well, and it's backed by a C4 3-speed automatic transmission. Does have manual steering and does have manual brakes, but it does have discs on the front. But overall, the drivability is really nice. It cruises like a stock Mustang. If you get into the throttle, the 302 has good power. If I'm going to complain about anything on the drivability, up until about 40-45 miles an hour, the tires are a little bit older. I didn't replace them due to the fact that there's no dry rot or cracking. But there is just a little bit of a little shimmy or a little shake in the steering wheel. My personal opinion is it's from the tires. Not a huge fan of these red line tires. I'd go with a different style tire, but it looks really good on the car and it performs well. Just has a very minor little tire shake to it. Again, probably due to the fact that the tires are older on it. Excuse me. Other mechanicals, does have manifolds, nice dual exhaust and a Flowmaster muffler, so it sounds good going down the road. And again, we're cruising at 65 or so miles an hour right now with no problems whatsoever. It's a very comfortable Mustang to drive, and it is a really cool color combo. Originally, this is a raven black car with red interior, so how you see it is how it would have been when it was new. Other than the decals, that stuff was added at some point. I will say, outside the car looks raven black. Inside, underneath my fluorescent lights, it almost has like a dark blue or a really dark gray tint to it. So I don't think they used the raven black code when they repainted it, but it still is. I classify the paint as black, but I wouldn't classify it as a color code correct raven black color on the car, but it still looks very nice. It is a factory red bucket seat interior car like you see it. Red interior is really nice. Seat covers, door panels, dash, all that stuff looks like it's been replaced. The console is very nice. Like a lot of these, it does have a little bit of pitting on the top of the chrome plating, or the pot metal plating here on the top of the console, but it's minimal at best. Has a really nice aftermarket Nardi steering wheel on it, and it does have an aftermarket set of gauges. The gauges are an MP gauge. I've personally never put those in a car before, but they look really nice. They're all functioning really well. You do have your fuel gauge, oil pressure, you have your speedometer, your tach, you have water temperature, and you have voltage, and all those are working. Really the only two items on this Mustang that aren't working is the washer sprayer fluids. Again, the notorious washer sprayer fluids don't do anything. And then your horn doesn't do anything. The horn is not actually hooked up, so you'd have to buy a horn button for behind this and then run some wiring to do horns. Relatively inexpensive and easy thing to fix. Drivability, again, we're cruising at 65 miles an hour. It accelerated nice, transmission shifted up through the gears well, so no problems with any of that stuff. Underneath, very clean and very solid on the bottom side. They did a really nice job when they restored this car. They did section in the passenger side pan. They used a correct Mustang pan. Definitely looks like it was done by a professional. It shows very nice on the bottom side. And then again, the really notorious spots, the front intersections of the front floor pans on the inside of the frame rails there, that flat metal. Looks like they did those spots. Excuse me. Looks like they did those spots Again, really common area for those to get a little rust. They did a really nice job. The bottom side is great. The exhaust looks awesome. Suspension all looks good as well. Just a very clean car on the bottom side. Back on the cosmetics, whoever did the paintwork, definitely a professional. Cosmetically, front to back, inside and outside, shows excellent. A few very small little touch-ups. There's a small little touch-up on the front corner of the fender extension on the driver's side. A couple very tiny little imperfections. One on the one little touch-up on the back corner of the passenger quarter, and one little touch-up on the passenger door. All of the bright work looks good. Again, the paint quality is very nice. It shows very well. Engine bay is all sorted and very clean. If I would do anything, I'd add power steering, and I'd add a power brake booster to it, and add vintage AC. But again, the car is so nice. I had to buy this car. It was just such a nice Mustang. I usually try and buy them with a few extra options. But again, this one had a bunch of money put into the cosmetics, and it's a well-sorted car, so I had no problem buying it, even though it doesn't have a ton of options. Testing out the suspension. All of the suspension components and the steering components do look like they've been gone through at some point. And the car performs really well going down our bumpy road here. Drives really nice and straight if you let off the steering wheel. Again, you get a little bit of steering wheel shake just from those tires being a little bit older. But it still drives really nice and straight, performs well. All your glass is very clean and very nice. Windshield looks brand new. Side windows roll up and down like they should. There is a little bit of scuffing in the glass on the driver's door here from going up and down, but it's pretty minimal. Probably could be polished out from the outside. Vent windows are nice, and then the back glass looks really good as well. Always love keeping Mustang coupes, first generation Mustang coupes in my inventory. They always sell. People always love them, and if someone buys one of these and ever wants to sell it, probably one of the easiest classic cars to sell, just due to the fact that the mass popularity, everyone loves a Mustang, and probably due to the fact that you can get every single part and component for these cars. You could honestly build one of these from a front bumper to a rear bumper as long as you had some bins. You can literally restore these cars to 100%. They literally make every single part on these, which is nice, and they're relatively inexpensive. Probably one of the cheapest classic cars that you're going to be able to restore if you're going to build one of these, due to the fact that everything is available. Let you hear the exhaust a little bit. Sounds good, drives really nice. If I'm going to nitpick anything on the interior, the white visors, they do have a little bit of crinkling to them, but there's nothing torn, nothing that I would ever replace. But the visors, again, they do just have a little bit of material crinkling on them. But the white headliner is really nice. Just the color combo with the black paint, the red interior with the white accents on the headliner. Just a really cool combo, and this car is just, again, very nice cosmetically. Overall feel, really nice Mustang coupe. Someone spent a bunch of money doing the restoration. They did a very nice job. Love the color combo. Love the interior. Just a really nice car. Very confident in the mechanicals. Again, I'd probably put a set of tires on it just because they're older. I'd add vintage AC just because I like having air. It's hot here in Texas. But overall, great car for sure. As always, I appreciate you stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else that you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Call or text me directly at 903-820-1019. We're also on all of the social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can find us there at PC Classic Cars, or you can always check out everything at PCClassicCars.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next test drive video.